Good evening, everyone. It is Jose, aka Jark, and we are back at it with another stream here today. We are going to continue in the game project that we're working on. Yeah, so today we are going to try to fix this, which is a bit of a catastrophe, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I'm also testing my sound really quickly. I can hear myself a little bit, but not as clearly as I'd like it to be, so let me see. Yeah, like I can hear myself kind of cutting off. Like I have to speak right into the microphone. Mm, yeah, yeah. Which is okay, I guess, overall. But the sound doesn't sound very consistent, which is why I don't like it. So yeah, I think it sounds okay overall. Maybe. Oh, I see. It's because of the settings. Properties. Yeah, there's a specific setting that I selected, I believe, that shuts down the sound of like background noise. I don't even know what that means. All right, well, I think I'll just focus on the stream for now because you can hear me as long as I speak kind of loud. We'll be okay. Cool. Anyway, as we were. All right, so what do we got going on here? We have. I can close this. All right. Let's see. We have. Press play here. Not making that jump. I'm gonna have to move the platforms closer for sure. Um, okay. Let's work on. let's work on getting these platforms closer. So we're gonna start by taking the orb, and then we'll work our way towards every thing we got going on here. Oh, undo. Alright, then we move everything roughly right here is okay, I think. The distance, the jump, everything still seems fairly accurate. Only problem now though is that you can fall off here. That's already close enough as is. I'll put that there. Maybe we don't need this third layer. It's difficult enough as it is. Actually, let me keep that. Yeah, that could stay. Okay, and then like in the middle of this one. Yeah. And then I have to go in individually. No. No. I need to pull up the sequencers. So I need to go to custom assets, sequence, spikes. I think it's this one. Ugh. There's so many. Oh my goodness. Hello. This is the game that I'm making for school. We have to make a game with pretty much everything we've learned so far. And this is this is the game I made. I am working on cleaning up the levels, making it a little easier. Because believe it or not, it is incredibly difficult to make this. Um, like I have to clean everything up to make it look as decent as possible. So yesterday I worked on all my levels over here, and or not all of them, but just like some stuff over here. and then this one. This one took me a long time yesterday because I also had to make this right here, which is a turret that shoots that way. So I was working on that yesterday. Excuse me. And yeah, I finally got it working. But now I gotta finish this side. I don't know if you can. Let me like zoom up a little bit. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Um. Yeah. So right now, the goal of the game is to start off over here and run through these obstacles. You can choose which path to go through, and the goal is to make it to the end, which is just the other side of this door right here. And once you make it to the other side, you win. There's like a little finish line or whatever. So that's kind of the goal. This final level doesn't have a multiple roads you could take. It's just the one, but it's I feel the most difficult. Um, Although honestly, this one right here is pretty hard. Um, but yeah, so essentially, what I did is I made the game a little too stretched out, and it wasn't allowing my character to have enough. Like the difficulty was too high. Like there was a very slim chance of succeeding on literally everything you have to do to make it through to the end. So I decided to shrink the game about 275% of its original size. So like even this is probably gonna come to like right here total. So I think that's the best thing I could do to make the game a little easier and a little more playable. Um, because otherwise, like this was the original size of the room. So like this right here, this would stretch all the way here. It's like twice the size. And honestly, that's too much. Like there's no way there's no way that that like it would just be a nightmare. All I'm saying is it would be a nightmare. So I decided to shrink it into 75% of the size, just to make it more playable, to make it something that people can actually play and do. So, for example, this one, like I said, was twice as long, so I shrunk it down and I fixed some of the issues that it had originally, and I added this turret. I wanted this turret that just shoots straight this way because I have other turrets here, like this one, and these turrets actually follow you, like the shot. They actually follow you, but this one does not. This one is just a straight shot. But the purpose of this one is just to kind of get you moving because I don't want you to get too comfortable just like trying to perfectly time your jumps over here or there. So I want something to be kind of making you move. So you kind of have to move. Although I've been debating on making the turret a little bit bigger to give you more incentive to do that because really you could just kind of stick to one side. Um, but I'll work on that a little bit later. I'll see how the game flow looks like later. What's up, Broski? How you doing? So that's why I kind of got this going like here. Now I got to do this one. The only thing about this side, though, which is what I was dreading the most, is that you see these spikes. These spikes are not something you could just pick and move. If you see this right here, this is a sequence table for it. So I have a motion sequence, which means it's from like second one or from second 0 to second 5. It'll do a specific motion at the specific location you put it at. So even if I was to move it, from here to here, when I press play, it'll move it automatically right back to there because that's where I have the motion set to play. So because of that, I can't just move it. I essentially have to recreate all of it again. As much of a nightmare as that is. And it's every single spike that I have to do that for. And I mean, maybe to you it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but like, I don't know. Like, it, maybe if you're like a game designer, you know what I'm talking about. Where you have to like, it's like tedious. It's like a tedious job, like moving every individual thing one by one, setting its new motions individually, and then do it for the next one. It's not fun. How long do I have until I finish this? Theoretically, it's Because I think on Monday is the final lesson, which is exporting it into an exe file, which means I can play it on any computer. So once I'm done with it, then I can, essentially send it to you guys, and you guys can test it out, play it, see how horrible it is, how much you hate it because it's so hard. So I could do that then, but that's the last lesson after that. So I think I have until then to turn it in because that's when they're gonna look at it. But after that, we're gonna start doing uh prototypes maybe. Essentially, we're gonna every 2 weeks we begin to make our own game. So this is the game we're doing. Um, this is the game we're doing as we're being taught things little by little. However, everyone in the class has their own game. Like no one has this specific game. This is my ideas. But this is including all the stuff that we've learned so far. So most other games should have some form of concept of what these have. Except that I went a little above and beyond because nobody in my class is doing turrets that target you. None of them are doing conveyor belts. None of them are doing spikes that have sequence motions that actually cause damage. This is all stuff that I'm doing on my own. That I decided to kind of like YouTube and kind of figure out on my own. So in a way, it is more unique than those, but maybe they've been doing their own stuff. Maybe they've been concocting their own ideas in their games, and they have stuff that mine doesn't. All I'm saying is that this is mine. But starting next week, Thursday, we begin to create a whole new one, and we have 2 weeks to finish it, and then a whole new one, and then 2 weeks to finish it. So, yeah. So that's why I have until Monday to complete this one, because I don't want to leave this game incomplete. Because I kind of like this is my first real creation that I'm making on my own. Um, and it's pretty fun so far. I'm liking the work that's going into it. However, shrinking this is what's costing me the most. It is quite tedious work, but it's okay. It's gonna look perfect in the end. I hope. Yeah, I hope. So it'll look good. It'll play good. It'll load good, and yeah, should be fun. Um, but yeah, let me go and start deleting all of these sequences that I have here. Thank you, thank you. I hope it's great. I hope. All right, so let's start with. I don't. I'm gonna delete some of these. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's so many. Ugh. Okay. I have to delete every one of their sequences. I'll keep sequence one. I don't know where sequence one is. I think it's this one. I don't even know. I don't see it. But yeah. So now can I delete it? Yes, I can. Boom. All right. No. Undo. 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 Not all of it. Whatever. All right. You have a good one. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Honestly, I don't really want all these spikes anyways. Which one's spike one? Is it this one? That one. Yeah. All right. So I got. Where's my control? You. Nope, not you. You can also move here. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'll do sets. I'll do smaller sets. So actually, I can delete this one. I'll put that spike here. I gotta make it easier because honestly, I tried it earlier and it was so hard. It was so hard. Yeah, that's enough room in between, right? I think so. I think maybe I can move this one just to pinch this way. All right, so that should be good there. Let's see. Okay, so let that save. So now, no, no, oh no, I don't understand. Why did these? There should only be one sequence still in effect. I mean, just a hair. I think that's fine. That's okay. I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we play test. We'll figure it out. Okay. So, VP trap one. Okay. So. Okay. So. Okay. So all of these need to be at. Oh no! You're right. Okay. So yeah, I want you at full height.